Today we're going to draw this rabbit together. Now, you notice that I don't have much in my picture except the rabbit. I have a little grass, I have a little sky, that's all. I've not added anything because I want to let you add whatever you would like to the background of your picture. You could draw your rabbit rather large like I have on the page and let it fill the page and then simply frame the rabbit just like this. Or you could draw a scene and put other things in your picture besides your rabbit. Now before you begin drawing, you'll want to think about what you want to do with your rabbit. Because if you want to do a scene, you might want to draw your rabbit a little smaller than I have it here. You might even want to turn your paper sideways and make your rabbit smaller, and then you have lots of room to add other things, perhaps friends or flowers or trees, or perhaps you even want to do something really creative with your rabbit and not put him in the forest or the garden or the yard. Perhaps you want to put him playing in your room or sitting on the couch watching a movie, or just something unusual and a little more creative. Do whatever you'd like. This is your drawing, you're the artist, and you get to choose what the background is. Isn't that fun? So what we're going to do is look at how to actually draw the rabbit, and then I'll let you color it and I'll let you create your background. And then if you want to, you can share your drawings with me. Okay, so where would we begin? Every drawing begins at a different place. There is no set place that you begin for every single drawing. So what we want to do is look at this and think, where would be the best place to start? Now sometimes people want to say, well, let's start with the ears. Well, let's see, if we started with the ears, then we have to figure out how to build a whole rabbit onto those ears. Wow, that would be a challenge. Or what if we started with the feet? Well, again, little feet, we have to build a whole rabbit on those little feet. But look at this, if we started right here with the shoulder shapes, then you know what? We could know where to put the rest of the leg lines. We would know where to put the hip lines, how to add the feet, and then we could add the head, and then the ears, and then it's not hard at all. So let's do that. What we'll do is look at one line, we'll talk about what that line does, and then I'll draw that line and you'll get to see it happen on my paper. And then if you'll pause the video and draw that line on your paper, and then come back and we'll look at the next line. And if you'll do that, stop and pause the video each time we draw a line so that you can draw the line and keep up with me, then we'll work through it one step at a time. So let's look at these shoulder lines. I'm going to begin this line here and this shoulder here, and look at that. If you put your pencil up here and look, they're straight across from one another. So that makes that an easy place to start. Now let's begin on this side. This one comes out, curves down, and then pulls in, down, and stops. Look at that. Okay, so I'm going to begin right here. This is about the middle of my page. I'm doing that because I'm doing a big one. Remember, if you want yours smaller, you need to draw a little smaller. Now, I would rather you not make it little tiny. It'll be difficult for you to get the details. Let's make it about this size or bigger. I'm going to start here in the middle of the page, come out, curve down, begin to pull in, straighten out, and stop. And that's what that line looks like when it's finished. Now this is where you'll want to pause the video and stop and draw your line and then come back and we'll go on. Okay, now that you have that line drawn, I'm going to skip over straight across and I'm going to come out just like I did and curve, only this time I've got two curves. So I'm going to do a little short one and stop. Come over here, even with that top, and then I'm going to come out and in and stop. Just kind of a short curve there. After that, I come over here where I stopped, come out and in, just like the other one, and stop. So I'm going to come back out and then curve just like the other side where I just drew it. Okay? Okay, now, I hope you're remembering to stop and pause the video between each line so that you can stay up with me. Okay, now for these insides of the legs. It's about midway from the top of the shoulder where we started to the bottom down here at the foot where we stopped. About midway is where we're going to put these lines for the feet. And they start even with each other, and then they're going to angle out. So I'm going to come down midway, come in a little ways. That's where I'm going to start, right there where that dot is. And I'm going to come down, angling in just a little bit, but not very much. Stopping even with where I stopped on this side. Now, come over here, same level, come in about the same distance, and come down, and stop at the same point. And there you go. Okay, now let's go ahead and add this hip over here. Now this line starts right where this dip is, right here. See that? So I'm going to start right there, and I'm going to come down the hill, curve, and pull in just a little bit. So start right here, come down the hill, curve, and back in just a little bit. Okay, see how that stops? Just a little bit higher than this, but not very much. Then I'm going to come in from that point. I'm going to come in to the middle. Okay? Then I'm going to skip over. See how we come in, and then we pick up our pencil and dance across that foot. Don't draw on it, just take your pencil across so that you keep your line straight, and then you know where that tummy line is right there. Okay? So we're going to come across this line, pick up your pencil, don't really draw, just pretend you are, dance across where that leg is, and then put it back down here, and you know where to put the tummy line. There you go. Okay, now let's go ahead over here and add this other hip. Now this hip on this side is just a little bit higher than the tummy line. So we would come across from the tummy line just like we did on this leg, lift up, dance across that leg, and we come down over here. We're going to skip up just a smidgen, just a smidgen. And then we're going to come out just a little bit, up, curve, and pull back in. We're going to come out just a little bit, come out and up, curve, and pull back in. There you go. And now, you know what? We're ready for feet. Now this foot over here is just a big curved line, kind of almost like a wide C. So I'm going to begin right here, begins right at that corner, right at this corner, right here. I'm going to come out, curve, back in. And then in order to show that there are toes here, I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 lines. Now see how those 3 lines didn't go all the way back up to this line. They're just short there. Okay, now the toes in the front are a little different. The back feet are long and the toes are really long, but the toes in the front are a little different. So what I'm going to do is right in the middle of this space, I'm going to draw a circle. Now see how this circle is in the middle this way, but it's down below the lines. And then I'm going to draw a curved line there, and a curved line there, and there you go. Cute little toes. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Circle in the middle, and yet it's below the lines, and then a curved line that starts here, touches that line, curves back around to there. Starts here, touches that line, curve back around there. And there you go. Now, you know what? We know that this rabbit has 4 feet. and we can only see 1, 2, 3. Now why is that? That would be because the foot that goes back here with this hip on this side is behind this leg, so we can't see it. So we only draw what we can really see. Even though we know there are 4 feet, we can't see them all right now, so we're not going to draw them. Okay, we are ready to give this rabbit a head. Now we're going to draw this head shape. If you'll notice, this is not really a circle. We won't want to just draw a circle up here. We want to draw the real shape of this face. You know, kind of like we only drew 3 feet because we could only see 3 feet even though there are 4. We also know that this rabbit has 2 eyes. But we can only see one of them because he kind of has his face turned away, doesn't he? See how their eyes are on the side of their head. So we'll only draw 1 eye even though we know there really are 2. So we're going to start right here where we started that shoulder. We're going to come out and up over, over, and stop right there. Okay? Okay, start right here with this shoulder started. I'm going to come out and up, over, and stop. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to go right back where we were, where we stopped, and we're going to slide down the hill and stop. Okay, right here, and I'm going to slide down the hill and stop. Okay, right here, this is where I am. I'm going to come in, across. This is a little bit of a curved line. And then I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to come in a little bit of a curved line. And then under that, a V. Starts where I stopped and ends where I started. I'm going to come down and back up. Now under that V, I'm going to come down and over to my left just a little bit. Watch this. I'm going to come down and over just a little bit. And then back over here where I stopped, and I'm going to come down more. This is going to curve down and over. Watch this. Over, down, over. See, this is easier than you thought, isn't it? Isn't this fun? Now back up to here where I put this V on, and I'm going to draw a curve that starts at the V, comes over here and stops where I drew this mouth curve. I'm going to start right here with the V stopped and start right here. Like that. Okay, now back up here where I stopped this mouth, and I'm going to come up and over and back over and touch the nose. Over, up, over. Touch the nose.